Resistance means you're reaching someone.
Whether the trolls are under a bridge or on a keyboard on the internet, I've seen them all. Welcome into Coffee with Dubs. Today, we're talking about how I deal with that.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Coffee with Dubs. You know, every once in a while, I open my DMs and find that someone's decided I'm the worst person they could have run across that day. They call me a hack, tell me my content's shit, and they ask me why anyone would listen to a guy that's walking with a camera in his hand while he drinks a cup of coffee. A few years ago, those messages would have gotten under my skin. Now, they mostly make me curious. And here's why. None of those people were looking for me. They don't follow me. They didn't subscribe to hear what I have to say, yet somehow my videos still landed in front of them. That means something about what I'm saying reached beyond the people who already agree with me, and that's actually a pretty incredible thing when you think about it. I don't believe the algorithm is magic, but I do believe it responds to human behavior. If people are stopping long enough to react, whether they agree, disagree, or get angry, it means the conversation mattered enough to interrupt their day. I'd rather make someone stop and think than scroll past without feeling anything at all. The easy response will be to fire back. Trust me, I'm human. I've thought of plenty of clever responses after reading nasty messages. But I've also learned that responding with anger usually says more about me than it does about them. If my goal is to leave the world a little better than I found it, then I don't get to abandon that goal because someone was rude to me. So I answer with kindness, not because they deserve it, because I do. The kind of man I'm trying to become doesn't change depending on how someone else behaves. If I let my character exist only when people are nice to me, then it isn't really character. It's just good behavior under ideal conditions. I've failed enough in my life to recognize pain when I see it. People who are genuinely happy rarely spend their afternoon hunting down strangers to make them feel smaller. They've got lives to live, people to love, and when someone goes out of their way to tear another person down, I can't help but wonder what they're carrying that made cruelty feel like the best use of their time. That doesn't mean they're right. It doesn't mean I enjoy reading it. It just means I refuse to let their worst moment become mine. I've also learned something about building things that are worthwhile. The moment you decide to create instead of consume, you become visible. The moment you become visible, somebody's gonna misunderstand you. Somebody's gonna question your motives, and somebody's gonna decide that they've got you figured out after watching 30 seconds of your life. That's not failure. That's the admission price for putting yourself out into the world. Here's what's funny. From the outside, my numbers look small. 5 years of showing up every day, and by internet standards, I'm still a tiny creator. A lot of people would look at that and call it proof that I should quit. I look at it and see 5 years of keeping promises to myself. Success isn't measured by how many people showed up. Sometimes it's measured by whether you showed up at all. That's why I've adopted a new saying. I don't fuck around and find out. I fuck around and follow through. Those 4 words have carried me farther than any talent ever could. Talent gets noticed, but following through gets you somewhere. So tomorrow morning, I'll probably be out walking with a cup of coffee, talking to a camera that doesn't talk back. And some people will laugh. Some people will scroll past. Maybe I'll even get some more angry messages. Either way, I'll be there because I'm not trying to reach everybody. I'm trying to reach the person who's quietly wondering why they should keep going. And if that's you, keep going. And if Coffee with Dubs has ever made you stop and think, I'd love your help. Share an episode with someone who needs to hear these messages. Put it in your story. Send it to a friend who's been carrying more than they can talk about. Algorithms can spread videos, but people spread ideas. Thank you for joining me on another pour of Coffee with Dubs. Until next time, remember that resistance isn't always a sign that you're on the wrong path. Sometimes it's proof that you've finally reached beyond the people who were already listening. And that's exactly where meaningful conversations begin. Till next time, I'm out of here.